What is going on, everyone? This is exactly why I knew that Miladys was going to zero. I knew that this was going to fail for a while, and I stopped making videos about this project for a long time as well. Now, for those that are new to the channel or have never seen my videos before, I used to make videos about Miladys token almost daily, and eventually I started seeing many red flags. And in this video, we're going to be going over exactly why I knew that Miladys was just going to fail. Now, again, if you are holding this token, it might be, time to look at yourself in the mirror and say, how much longer are you going to hold this for? How much longer are you going to ride this wave out for? Because let's be real, this thing's going to zero. Now, let's just say maybe I'm wrong, okay? If I am wrong, I will delete this YouTube channel. Now, I have predicted this exact same pattern because I did this before with SafeMoon. But this video is not about SafeMoon. That's a whole other saga for another day. Today, we're going to go over Miladys. I'm going to tell you guys exactly why I knew this wasn't going to work out. So here is the all-time chart for Miladys, right? So this thing is down 87% of all time, right? If you take a look at the 1 month chart, down 27%. So some of you might think, oh, it's okay, it's just a little dip. In the past week, it's down 20%, and in the past day, not much movement. But here's where things went wrong. So around this time, March, is when all the hype came around, right? There was an insane amount of hype. All memes were just going ballistic. So many projects were launching. There was so much hype in the space. And then after that, we had a bit of a consolidation phase around here, right? Around like May. And then we had a little pump again. And then we've been dumping ever since. Now, a lot of cryptos actually do have a very similar chart. And you're probably wondering, well, RJ, why are those not pumping, or why are those not dead, but this is going to go to zero? And I'll tell you exactly why. This was red flag number one. This project launched a second project. And yes, sure, some of this was airdropped, but they basically dropped another project for no freaking reason, other than, in my opinion, to make money. And this was actually a pre-sale. So I know some of it was actually airdropped, but they actually raised a few millions of dollars to actually get funding for this, right? Like, it was a pre-sale, right? Now, again, I believe they refunded it or something like that. But red flag number one, why would you make a secondary project when your first one has no utility? And I'm not joking. If you go to their website, there is literally nothing. Yes, they have their little NFTs, but it does nothing, right? NFTs don't do anything if there's no utility. Yes, these profile pictures are cute or whatever, but it is nothing. It's dead. And by the way, guys, I'm still a little bit sick, so my apologies. But it also literally says, Miladys is a meme coin with no intrinsic value or expectation of financial return. There is no formal team or roadmap. This coin is completely useless and for entertainment purposes only. So the own project is saying, hey, this thing is a piece of shit. Don't buy it. Now, this was the biggest red flag. Now, this project is also down 87%. This project, however, in the first week of it launching, literally just fell off the face of the earth, right? Literally just crashed. And I'm talking crashed like 50 something percent. Now, this thing in the past month as well, down 25%, past week, down 10%. Again, the chart is very identical to the Miladys token and is very identical to a lot of other cryptos. But again, why am I saying this is going to go to zero? Because there is no value. Now, imagine this. If the actual Miladys token has no value and the website clearly says so, what makes you think the secondary project with a lower market cap, less volume, and less liquidity is going to be any better? Obviously not. Now, the Miladys token has a market cap of $60 million, which is still very impressive in my opinion. And I do still think it's going to go to zero. Now, here is red flag number two. What the fuck? So they pretty much announced that they were going to be making a meme phone. This was the dumbest idea I have ever heard. And they were going to do some exclusive rewards and a bunch of bullshit and whatever. And again, a lot of people were saying, hey, this is not making sense. This has, no sort of correlation. Everyone was confused. And some people, yeah, they're like, oh, cool, yeah, great. But, why? Why would you make a phone? There are so many phone companies out there. There is obviously Apple, there is Samsung, there is Google. Why the hell would anyone buy a phone from Milady as opposed to these brands that we have today? So that to me was very concerning. It was very, very interesting. Now, if you were to get a phone case, sure, cool. If you were to make a phone for fun, or a phone that, there's levels to this thing, right? It's like, okay, we're gonna drop a t-shirt, sure, you're not gonna be competing with Nike, but it's merch. But a freaking phone? Why would anyone buy a phone that is obviously not going to be technologically advanced? And two, there are just so many better options, right? It doesn't make sense. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this project is another red flag. Now, red flag number 3. US $5 million investment from DWF Labs. Now, this is probably the most stupidest investment that they could have made. Probably a tax write-off, I don't know. But this happened in June 3rd. It is currently, at the time I'm recording this video, August 31st. Let's just say September, first week of September. Now, what have we seen from the Miladys team since then? We've seen more of these stupid posts where they slap on the Miladys faces onto random Disney Pixar posters. That is it. That's all we've seen. Now, again, guys, this investment was supposed to be great. And in my opinion, I was literally saying, this is great. This is good. Some more money, something to work with. But what has happened? Nothing. Now, DWF Labs, honestly, never heard of them, don't really know what they do, but it seems that they have invested. Now, what are they planning on doing with Miladys? I don't know. Is Miladys just scamming them? Maybe. Again, I do not know. Token 2049 Singapore sounds pretty cool. Am I going to go? Probably not. But, guys, these are just a couple red flags. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I wanted to make this video after a while because I was like, you know, maybe there's going to be something turning around. And listen, I hope that everyone makes money, right? So in a perfect world, this thing does actually come back and, you know, there's some utility and people start to make money again. Me personally, I don't own any Miladys tokens. I actually never did. But one thing I can say is for the community, hopefully this does go well. And I'm sure this video might get a bit of hate because, you know, the Milady dick riders, you guys are like really doing tricks on it. I'm sure you guys are probably going to be like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Ah, well, buddy, you're down 50% on your investment and it is going to zero. But hey, that is a story for later. Now, guys, that is it for today's video. Again, I don't mean to be bashing anyone, but I just like to say things how it is. I'm going to be honest, and that is my duty on this channel. I'm never going to lie for clicks. I'm never going to lie and try and give people hopium or copium, because that is a waste of time. I like to actually make money in the markets. Now, guys, that's it for today. I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know what other projects you guys want me to talk about, and I'll be sure to do that. Love and take care.